I failed you as a VTuber. Let me explain. Back in January 15, 2025, I managed to make my debut as a VTuber. Kurisu, an average guy that got stuck in cyberspace, all thanks to a computer malware. I had a lot of fun and I even had people on my very first stream. But the days that followed were not so great. I knew the moment that I started streaming that I wanted to be a variety streamer, stream a lot of different games, yap a little, and possibly even build a small community. When the days went by, I felt like my hard work and dedication paid off because on June 6, 2025, I became a Twitch affiliate. I also received a couple of raids in those days as well. And on August 8th, 2025, I reached 100 followers. But you're probably asking, how did you fail if you're saying good things that happened to you? Well, not everything is all bright and colorful behind the scenes. During the majority of those streams, the ones that kept my streams alive were mostly my friends and my moderators. It took a toll on me to the point where I decided to take a week off of streaming. On July 26, 2025, I decided to take a week long break due to stress and anxiety. But there was also another thing I never mentioned in that letter. I was also frustrated. In a lot of streams, if not the majority, I always looked at chat and I saw words that would make any streamer's blood boil. Cheap viewers on Streamboo. Hi, I follow you on X. Can you follow me back? I do art for VTubers and I was wondering if you would commission me. It has been so bad to the point where I had to place rules about self promotion and I had to ban the word Streamboo altogether just to avoid these interactions. And as if things couldn't get any worse, Twitch changed the rules. Lurkers no longer count as viewers in order to quote unquote fight bots. But to be honest, this change was devastating for small channels like mine since most of my viewers are lurkers and it did nothing to stop these bots they mention. But despite all of this, I still pushed through to do the best I could as a VTuber. But it wasn't enough. I did everything right. I got emotes from my chat to use. I slowly updated my streams to have a better quality in terms of visuals and audio. I posted a lot on TikTok and YouTube for visibility. And I also posted when I went live on pretty much every social media. But even if I did all of this, I still felt like my efforts were not enough. I was also afraid to ask a bigger VTuber for advice simply because I felt like my words would just fall on deaf ears. I was also afraid to collab with other VTubers because, well, I was afraid. Afraid that maybe their fans and their community would not like me or that my collab partner would not like me to be around them. During this time, during this time VTubing, I was also in a bit of boiling water myself as well. I was going to make a video about me reading Cinder's 1008 pages and pretty much say how horrible her and her manager were, but I don't want to be that guy anymore. Does this mean that I forgive her and her manager? No, not in the slightest. But I took some time and I reflected and I thought about it. We as VTubers are supposed to entertain our audiences, not bring others down. It is also extremely hard to make it as a VTuber when no one in your family believes in you. And every time I try to make it up to them, they always make me feel like I can't do anything right. It's also extremely hard when I'm practically a one man army with no one to help me whatsoever. I have to fill the roles of a VTuber, a social media manager, an editor, a moderator, etc. with little to no budget to hire people for these services, meaning that in many of these instances, it gets overwhelming. One of my biggest fears as a person is disappointing people. And I make this video because I did exactly what I was afraid of. I disappointed everyone around me, my friends, my family, and worst of all, myself. And for that, I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart. I did the best I could, but I couldn't live to your expectations, and I take full responsibility for it. During my whole life, I've always felt invisible, like nothing I did mattered. I wanted to be a VTuber in order to share the stuff I like with other people and to not feel invisible anymore. On January 15th, 2026, will mark my first anniversary on Twitch. Depending on how it goes, it may be my very last stream. And to all of you who have been with me from the start and those who decided to support me afterwards, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope I can do better in the future, for all of you mean the world to me, and I couldn't have done none of this without you guys. And to you, thank you so much for taking the time to hear me out. I'm sorry to all of you. And to be honest, all of you deserve better in more ways than one.